Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Mr. Bob Zadora. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
It's another Friday.
Yes, it is. They just keep coming, thank God.
Week after week. Week after week. Here they are.
Yep. It's a good thing when they come. I mean, okay, survive them again.
How is this time of the year for the real estate business?
We've been busy. We've been, Linda's going out to Webb's Landing this morning with Darlene to look at some stuff, and we put a house under contract for $300,000, and we put a house under contract for, I think it's like $70,000. You never know what you're going to do, and people, you just sell big houses. Nah, it's not the case at all. I mean, we pride ourselves in doing a variety of things and helping people that need help.
Right.
And whether it's helping them to move out, just helping them to just put stuff behind them and move on. That's what we do.
You want to move out or move up?
Yep. Yeah, well, because everybody's got different things. You got people with health issues. You got people that have got bills that they got to pay. They got things that, changes in life. Life happens, as I'm fond of saying. And those are the kind of things where we can step in and help people get over some of that. We can't help solve all your problems, but we can help solve the real estate problems that you're dealing with. And that's an important part.
There's still a good number of people moving to this area.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, who helps me do ball games,
Yep.
is affiliated with one of the moving van rental companies, and he has an influx of all various size trucks that have come in.
That have come in, right.
Week after week after week.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot going out.
No,
but a whole lot
that's
coming in.
part of the problem. For those guys. I mean, we got a guy that does us, and he's involved with one of those, and they're stacked up. So you can rent a truck here much cheaper to go someplace else because they're glad to get it wherever it is that you go into.
Yep. But coming here, bringing one is expensive.
Yeah, because especially if it's a one way.
Yeah.
And they've got that all figured in their Hertz and the different companies. They got all that figured in there.
Yeah, absolutely. The market itself across the nation. I know you're involved with Century 21, and they're huge nationwide.
Yes, sir.
What does the market look like nationwide? 2 weeks away from an election. What are we doing nationwide?
Nationwide, the sales are down about 14. The number of sales are down about 14%. We're just about where we were. We're within 15 houses of where we were last year, where the market. And the prices are still holding nationwide, but the sales are down because of that, because people are trying to get the money. Some people still think it's 2021 when people would buy anything. But it's kind of hard. The interest rates have been going back up. I mean, they've been working their way up. They're over 6.5% again. And that's for Tier 1 credit. That's for people that have got money to put down. They've got, no blemishes or anything else on their credit. For the average guy walking in there trying to get started, you're probably pushing 7 to get going. And it's hard, It's hard.
But your broker puts out a commercial that says date the rate.
That's right.
Just date the rate.
Yeah. And
you can always change it.
You can always change it. And I was, when I talk about local banks all the time. I'm coming in, and there's a Rocket Mortgage commercial that's on, and they're talking about historically low rates. It's like, really? What history book have you read that this is historically low rates, and you should be looking to refi and things like that? I was like, so I don't know if somebody pushed the wrong button, but it didn't sound like it. It was more of a timely type commercial, but talking about historically low rates. And, call us, and if you're having trouble, we can help you out. So it was like there were really mixed messages. That if you're having trouble with your mortgage, we can help you with it. And you should refi because of these historically low rates. And please, local banks, local mortgage companies. Chris Nassari does a great job. He's been a guest here. He's been a friend of mine. And I know that he does a good product. And when people come out of there, the best thing is when they come out of there, they got that golden ticket.
Right.
And we know they're good to go.
Which is important.
It's invaluable. I mean, because when you put an offer in on a house, they want to know that you can do this. They don't want to take the house off the market if we're going to get 3 weeks into this and find out you can't perform. That's not a good thing to do. So you want to make sure that you're pre-approved for real, not just, like you go online and you fill a couple boxes out with no proof of funds, no proof of W-2s, things like that. You need to, because you need to know. You need to know what you can afford, so you're not worried about being crippled by the mortgage, and be able to have some life. You're gonna, because you want to.
Well, I got one of those golden tickets 18 months ago, and then the interest rates went up, but I still got my golden ticket.
Yeah.
Take it in and get it.
That ain't
polished
any
because
good. You
it's
need
not any
to,
good.
yeah, right. You need to. They're good for. They used to be good for about 6 months. Now they're probably good for more
60
like
days.
Yeah, probably 2. Yeah, that'd be right in there. And that's and because you got to be, like I say, you got to be fair to yourself. You got to make sure that you're not getting yourself caught up in something that you're going to be sorry for later. Mm-hmm. And we want happy people. Mm-hmm. In 08 and 09, when everything was coming apart, then I talked to people out of buying houses. I said, I'm the worst realtor you're ever going to meet, but I'm telling you, don't do this.
Yep.
And we didn't have anybody lose a house. So that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. I'm good with that.
Let's talk a little bit about community involvement. How busy have you been doing? Like Turkey Trot was a couple weeks ago.
Turkey Trot was there. I was at Jam Fest the other day. That's cool. Nice, different kind of event. I've been involved with the elections and trying to make sure that that's all going well. In fact, I've got a count from Marion County. Give me 1 second. I should have this up. My bad. Marion County, as of yesterday, they've had 1,757 people vote. That's huge. They did that for the whole week of 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the number. It was like 17 and some change. So they're already at that in 3 days. So get out, vote. The two, what are they called? Not amendments, but the two other ballot initiatives that are on there. One is for the schools to have more money put into programs like electricians and carpenters and plumbers and all the trade schools. That's the number one. Excuse me, the number one on the ballot. Vote yes for that. The other one is the ballot for the casinos, and it seems counterintuitive, but vote yes for that too, because if that passes, then if they're going to say that, well, you have to put a casino in this county, which is basically what they've done, they could come back and say, well, you guys got to open up the garbage dump again, on a ballot for people that don't even live in Baxter County. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a...
But when you say vote yes for that, you're
Right.
actually voting against the
it.
casino.
You're voting against it by voting
it's
yes.
so twisted.
The verbiage on these things is, and they do
it
it
is
on
so
purpose.
twisted.
That's why they threw the marijuana one out. It was so confusing. No, you got to come back and try it again.
But it's still on there.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on, so when you go there, it's on the screen, but it's not. They're not going to count them at all. So, and vote down ballot.
What about community events? What do you got?
Community
local?
events, we've been, it's just like, just busy, go here, go there a little bit, go to ribbon cuttings, try to stay as active as I can with the chamber. We were at the dinner last week. I was at the dinner for the school
Education Foundation.
Education Foundation, and not really the circle that I run in, so it's kind of interesting for me to go to that, because there was teachers from years before. Obviously, I don't have any kids in the school, so there's a disconnect for that. But from teachers from in the past who had done great things, and were finally being recognized for some of them. So that's a cool thing. That's good.
Yeah.
And we got Halloween's coming up, trick or treat. It'll be at the office from 6 to 8 over at our Century 21 office. We do that
On
every
Thursday
year
night?
on Thursday night. And it's just a good event So you stop by, bring the kids by, you make like a little loop, and it's not real scary. It's just, kind of more fun. Come and collect stuff and go.
Yeah, John Howard's not over there anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
You
That's
don't
right.
have to worry about
Some of the East, when some of the girls on the East office, when we were having it over there as well, some of them took the witches deal a little farther than some of the kids were prepared for, So, but we're kind of low key over there.
the locations that people are moving here from, the people that are checking out our area, still just a broad range of everywhere?
Yeah, it
or-
really is, Bob. And we're going to see a big pop from Florida, I'm sure.
Sure.
When
North
they
and
get when they
South
start to
Carolina.
get when they start to get the checks, that'll be the thing. You got to
Get
stay
off
there,
that
put up
coast.
with everything, and so get off the coast and say,
Well,
"It's
they're
enough."
talking about rebuild is 18 months down the road.
Oh yeah,
We looked at a project this week, and it's just huge, $1 billion.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
infrastructure.
we get the material and everything. I mean,
infrastructure for fiber and that kind of stuff. They're
yeah.
just astronomical numbers. I've never bid one that big before, and I've bid some big ones.
Yeah, and like I say, the material and stuff is going to be harder and harder because it's such a big area. It's not, they come through, they take out part of a county here or there. Where a fire will burn in California and they'll take out, so many acres, but how many houses are actually affected? Thousands and thousands of houses. It's kind of like Sandy when that came through up in New York.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
We better look at your numbers.
This week in real estate, there were 46 new. Don't say a word. 46 new listings came on the market. 6 commercial properties, 19 parcels of land. There's a lot of dust in the air. 21 homes came on the market,
That's what
ranging.
I call it.
21 houses came on the market, ranging in price from 147,000 to 529,000. There were 32 sales, a commercial property, 8 parcels of land, 23 homes sold. They ranged in price from 53,000 to 770,000. Average sale price this week was $202,000. The average list price had been $212, with 77 days on market. So things are still moving along. 12 properties expired. There were 28 residential price changes. Currently, we have 379 homes listed on the MLS, so it gives you an idea of how people are finally busting out, and they got to get done. They got to go on to someplace else. People pass. There's a number of things that, and they're just not coming in as fast as they had been before. Year to date, for 2024, there's been 888 homes have sold for $214 million, 93 days on market with an average sale price at $241. For 2023, there have been 899 houses, so we're about the same. We kind of offset those nationwide numbers. With 86 days on market, a total with an average sale price of $229,000. So market's still moving forward. People still want to come here, but they're not coming here as fast as they did before. Partly because they can't sell their houses where they're at, and that affects it because a lot of people come here and they just want to pay cash. They want to just, we got this much money. Our house. They lived in the other house for 20 years. They had it paid off. They sell it. They get a nice chunk of change. They're going to come here and they just want to buy something and not have a mortgage. They don't want to be encumbered at all with the mortgage. Well, sometimes it's not a bad idea to have one. Hold some of that money, do something else with it. Travel, whatever.
I don't want one.
Well, I refied 2 years ago. They said they'd give it to me for 30 years. I said, "Are you nuts?" They can't. That's the one thing that you cannot be discriminated against is a mortgage. No matter how old you are.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, sure.
How they get you?
Call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiredarkansas.net, but do yourself a favor. Call Linda. She's the brains of the outfit. 870-405-0793. And we're licensed in Missouri. I'm not. Linda and Darlene both are. And we cover a wide swath of area. We got the legendary Reese Tubbs down south taking care of all that area down there. Best advice I can give you, give us a call.
It's been This Week in Real Estate with Mr. Bob Zadora. 870-405-0793 is the number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. They're busy, but never too busy to help you.
No.
Pick up your phone, give them a call. They'll be glad to help you. We'll be back shortly with some Mountain Home Bomber football coaches. It's Football Friday.